Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today I want to talk about the new LEGO Star Wars game, man. It's been a while since I've kind of like broke a new game down and talked about it. I think the last time we did that was actually with Elden Ring, but I want to talk about this game because, let's be honest, man, this game is so damn good, and if you haven't played it, you've missed out. This is already one of my favorite games of the year, and honestly, it's the game that I needed. You know, I feel like it's the game that actually a lot of us needed, man. This is such a good example of a good video game. And like, I just want to break down everything about it and just kind of talk about this game. So, you know, here on the channel, we've talked a lot about like how video games come out and they kind of disappoint people, right? We've talked about the No Man's Skies and we've talked about the Cyberpunks, but it's not often that we get to just sit down and discuss a new game that came out and just talk about how goddamn good the game actually is. So today, we're going to delve into LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and talk about why this is such a good video game, why it's a very good blueprint for other video games to follow, how it does the series justice, and how, well, let's be honest, it became extremely addicting to players like me. So when I was a kid, I grew up with the LEGO Star Wars games. You know, back on the PS2, I had them, I would play them, they were awesome, they were fun. I've grown up with Legos also as like a big part of my life. I still fuck with Legos. Like, I just ordered a couple sets actually to build. I mean, I still like to build them and stuff. So when I knew that there was a new LEGO Star Wars game coming out, I pretty much automatically knew that I was going to be getting it, right? Because if you've played any of the old LEGO Star Wars games, especially for the time period that they came out in, they're pretty goddamn good. I mean, the way that, especially like in some of the older LEGO games, I believe some of the newer ones have voice acting and stuff, but the attention to detail to actually like go through the story of Star Wars without using a lot of voice lines or really any at all. Like, I remember one of the scenes where like Darth Vader was trying to tell Luke that he's his father, right? And instead of like saying, "Luke, I'm your father," he basically pulls out a picture of Padma pregnant and points to it with Darth Vader in it, and like, it was always shit like that that just made these games so special to me. They found ways to convey humor and emotion and moments in the story without using their voices, right? Well, the new Star Wars games, they do the same exact thing, but they have voice acting in them, and they look so much better. I mean, like, I was looking at the graphics. For a LEGO game, they're pretty fucking ridiculous. Like, let's be honest. I mean, like, they perfected the plasticky texture of the characters. Like, when you're looking at the gameplay, if you look close at the characters, you can see, like, almost the grainy look of the plastic and stuff on the characters. Like, the attention to detail in this game is so superb. I mean, the lightsaber effects are nice, like the bullets, the beams, the little energy beams and stuff, they look really good. The world and the environment is like extremely impressive to look at. Like, there's a lot of depth to everything, and like they packed so much content into this game. I mean, it's honestly a fucking phenomenal game. So first I want to talk about the blueprint of this game because it's something a little bit different than what we really anticipate with AAA titles today. When you're looking at like a new game now, what you kind of anticipate is, I don't know, they break 60% of the content down, that's like the base game, and then they take that other 40% of the content and they put that behind DLC paywalls. So you got to pay for a season pass to unlock the new missions and the new gameplay, basically stuff that should have been in the game in the first place, right? So instead of spending like, I don't know, you know, $60 on a game and getting the full content, you got to spend like 120 in all reality to get what you should have got for 60. Well, in this game, they took the things that weren't like actual necessities and they made that the DLC. So like, they added all of the actual episodes of Star Wars in that you'd want to play through, like the actual movies and stuff, like the episodes. And then like for DLC, they're basically just doing LEGO characters from the other movies. So they got like the Mandalorian and they've got like Star Wars Rogue One and stuff like that. And you can buy these character packs like that and you can play through them, you know, like that. But, you know, they're not hiding actual content from the game behind a paywall, you know. In order to play through the first movie or whatever, you don't have to pay an extra $6.99 to unlock it, which, I mean, that alone is already refreshing. I hate the way that the gaming industry has gone where, like, in order to play through all of the content, you have to spend so much money and you gotta jump through so many goddamn hoops, and it's just refreshing that a game that could have broken the content up very easily and done something like this just chose not to, and instead gave you the full experience for the price of the game. And then when you break down the content that they did give you, it's fucking phenomenal, dude. I mean, the gameplay is butter smooth. The graphics for a LEGO game especially are pretty impressive. The storytelling is phenomenal. I mean, the storytelling's so good that it has me wanting to actually rewatch through all of the Star Wars movies. Like, they honestly went above and beyond with this game, and it's genuinely the LEGO Star Wars game that we kind of needed, right? Because, I mean, just a few months ago, I went back, if you've been watching my videos even, you'll notice I went back and I was playing through some of the Lego games, and that was kind of in anticipation for this game once I started really learning the details and stuff. But even as good as these old Lego games are, they definitely feel a little dated. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're unplayable in like, a modern setting or something like that, but I found myself playing them like, hey, I want a modern version of this. I want to see what they could really do with like next gen technology and see what that could really just be produced. And they knocked it out of the park with this, man. So one thing that I did notice though that I didn't like so far about the game is there is a little bit of performance issues. They're not massive. It's not like the game stutters and drops frames all the time, but during certain cutscenes, especially if there's a lot of action going on, there might be like a half second where it kind of stutters for a little bit. Not a very major issue at all. Like, I can deal with that. If the game is pretty goddamn good and the worst that it really gets is there's like a half second skipping frame issue like once every 45-50 minutes, I really don't have a problem with that. I know a lot of people, they nitpick shit like that and they get, a little frustrated about those kinds of things. Not me personally. I mean, not the biggest deal on the planet to me. Keep in mind, I haven't beat the game even remotely close yet. There's so much to do. A pretty big part of the Lego games have been the puzzles. I've noticed that the puzzles are a lot easier, but of course, I'm also not a 7-year-old playing Lego Star Wars anymore. I'm a grown man playing Lego Star Wars, so the puzzles definitely seem a lot easier in this game. I'm not sure if they tweaked them to make them easier, or if once again it's just the fact that I've grown and developed since the last time I was really into Lego Star Wars, but even then, the gameplay is just fun. Like, I enjoy the shooting mechanism a lot, like using the blasters and stuff, the like kind of shootouts that you can have with like the clones and the droids and the stormtroopers and stuff like that. Like, it's fucking cool, man. There's so much to grind in this game. Like, if you're one of those people, you like to get all the mini kits, all of the blocks and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure they have packed this game with some of the most content we've ever seen in a Lego game. I mean, I haven't played every single Lego game, but from the ones that I played, this game just has so much goddamn content in comparison, man. Like, this is going to be one of those games that you get to play for months. Like, if you really want to 100% this game, you want to go through and complete everything, like, you really have a few months of a project basically laid out in front of you. And that's the kind of game we need. We need games to go back to that day where you could literally just grind them, to where you could just get on it, you could play it casually, you could have fucking 6 hours of fun grinding it. Like, I've had so much fun with this game just playing through it for gameplay and streaming it in Discord to my other friends. It's been so much fun. Like, I kind of underestimated, in a way, how fun this game was going to be, and that's coming from someone who liked Lego Star Wars to begin with. I never anticipated a Lego game getting to this point. I mean, like, they really knocked it out of the park. It's been a while, I think, since we've had a pretty, like, big Lego game like this. I don't know when the last time they made a Lego Star Wars was. Apparently, it was all the way back in 2016 with Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. I never played that. I don't know if it's any good. But for a 5-year wait for a new Lego Star Wars game, they actually knocked this out of the fucking park. Like, it's so good that this game didn't come out and disappoint us, but even if you're not into the Lego games, honestly, I recommend you get this game. If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna fucking love it. Like, it packs in all of the great details of the franchise. It gives you refreshing, re-energizing gameplay. The graphics, in my opinion, are pretty impressive. It's gonna be a game that doesn't let you down, simply put. And that's at least how I felt about the game. I think that I'm gonna be playing this game for a while, and it makes for great gameplay too. You guys seem to really enjoy it. So I'm just really happy to see a game finally come along and not disappoint, man. So with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about how great Lego Star Wars is, and signing out.